Hey everyone, Sean here with Apollo Scooters. First off, congratulations on your brand new scooter. If you're watching this video, that likely means you're the proud owner of the most hotly anticipated scooter of 2021, the Apollo Phantom. This video is intended as a tutorial for new owners and will walk you through the complete setup process. And at the end of the video, we'll be answering some of the most frequently asked questions we get from new scooter owners. Alright, so let's dive in. When you first open the box, you should find the following items inside: a brand new Apollo Phantom, charging box and cable for the charging box, and depending on your region or dealer, an accessory bag with 2 inner tubes, 2 brake pads, an Apollo pump, and toolkit. If you purchase any additional accessories, please check your tracking information to confirm whether they were shipped out separately or together with your scooter. If anything is missing, please reach out to our support team immediately and we'll be happy to assist you. Alright, so the first step is to unfold your Apollo Phantom. To do so, ensure the hook is not clipped onto the rear footrest. If it is, just gently push down on the stem and unhook. You're then going to open the stem of the scooter by lifting it up towards the front wheel. Ensure that you push the stem all the way forward until it reaches its maximum position. Then locate the 3-point folding mechanism, which features a folding latch, locking ring, and safety pin to help keep your stem locked in place. Remove the safety pin and bring the folding latch all the way up before reinserting the pin. This safety pin will prevent your stem from folding down even if the folding latch and locking ring are not secured. Lastly, make sure the latch is secured with the locking ring, which you can find on the side of the stem, and slide it into the secured position. This safety mechanism prevents the latch from unfolding due to shocks or vibrations while riding. Next, we're going to attach the handlebars to the stem. First thing is to locate the light at the top of the stem, and you should see 2 screws there attached to what we call the handlebar clamp. Using the included Allen key, gently remove those 2 screws. Once removed, you'll see the light fixture come off the clamp, revealing a total of 4 screws which hold the handlebar clamp in place. Simply remove these 4 screws until the front half of the clamp comes off. From there, you can go ahead and grab the handlebars and place it inside the clamp. You'll know it's positioned correctly if the throttle is on the right. Simply hold the handlebars with one hand and place the clamp back in position with the other. Next, pick up your Allen key and screws and tighten in a star pattern. This will create enough pressure between the 2 screws to help hold the handlebars securely in place. Now be sure not to tighten the screws too much, as you're going to want to take a moment to adjust the handlebars to a comfortable angle first. If everything looks good, you can grab the remaining 2 screws and continue to tighten the clamp until all the screws reach their maximum position. Congratulations, your handlebars are good to go. Alright, now it's time to do a quick check of everything that's mounted on your handlebars. To do this, simply grab your display, brake handles, throttle and button panel, and try moving them around. Everything should be loose, and we ship our scooters like this to prevent any damage during transport. This way, the items will shuffle around rather than break. Simply find a comfortable position for each handlebar attachment and tighten their corresponding screws. One very important note here is to double check your throttle is not installed too closely to the brake handle. If placed too close, friction can cause your throttle to get stuck, which can be very dangerous. Generally speaking, you want a visible gap of about 1 inch between the throttle and brake handle, or whatever feels most comfortable for you. Now that you're all set up, we strongly recommend giving your scooter a quick walk around to check for any signs of visual or aesthetic damage. And we do our absolute best to ship your scooter safely, but sometimes accidents do happen during transit. So if you notice anything out of the ordinary, please get in touch with either your dealer or our customer support team. Once you're done checking for any signs of damage, it's time to locate the key attached to the brake line and insert it into the ignition. Yes, we're powering up the Phantom. Simply turn the key clockwise to engage the ignition and locate the M button on the right side of the handlebars, and your display should now be lit up. Now, if you didn't already elevate your scooter to the unboxing phase, please do so now, as we'll be testing the motors and brakes. Begin by holding down the accelerator. You may notice a slight jump in the motors accompanied by a sound. Rest assured, this is perfectly normal. What is happening is that the motors are locating the position before they're ready to accelerate. Continue to accelerate for 5 seconds, then release the throttle and slam both brakes at the same time. Slamming the brakes adjusts the position of the calipers when used for the first time. Now, if you notice your brakes making a little bit of noise, it's likely just the brake pads rubbing, which is by design. That's right, the brake pads rubbing is not a defect, but rather a consequence of our choice to set up the brakes on the tighter side before shipping. You're then going to press the light button to confirm all 3 front lights and 1 rear light are powered on. Then, check your turn signals by pressing each of the arrow buttons and confirm they work properly as well. Lastly, press your brake handles again to ensure the rear light is flashing. If at any point any of your lights do not power on, please contact your dealer or a customer support team immediately. In order to charge your Phantom, locate the charger and assemble it by plugging the AC cable into the charger box. Then, you're going to want to make sure you plug the charger into the wall socket first before plugging the other end into the scooter. This way you can avoid any chance of sparking. When the battery isn't fully charged, the light on the charger will be red, and when fully charged, the light will turn green. We recommend giving your scooter a full charge prior to your first ride. Now, the ignition box acts as an effective safety mechanism, preventing anyone from powering on the Phantom without the key. To turn the scooter on, simply insert the key and turn clockwise, and hold the M button until the display turns on. To turn the scooter off, simply turn the key back counterclockwise, and you can now remove the key. The Apollo Phantom comes equipped with a thumb throttle. Now, this throttle is designed to be progressive, meaning a small rotation of the throttle will exert a proportional amount of power. The more you rotate the throttle, the more power output you get, and therefore faster acceleration. Now, we recommend starting off slow to learn the sensitivity of the throttle. The acceleration strength can also be adjusted in the settings. The Apollo Phantom comes equipped with mechanical disc brakes for the 52-volt version or hydraulic brakes for the 60-volt version. Now, we recommend when you first start riding, apply the brakes slowly and cautiously, monitoring the amount of braking force being applied. Now, what is unique to scooters is the rear front configuration. The left brake handle is for the rear brake and the right handle is for the front. We recommend using both brake handles simultaneously to prolong the lifespan of your brakes and avoid overexerting one or the other. Now, the gear console, located on the right side of the handlebars, consists of 3 buttons: up, mode, and down. Now, these buttons control the display and the riding gears. Pressing either the up or down button will result in a gear increase or decrease. Now, just to clarify, electric scooters do not have actual gears. We simply use the notion of gears to represent the practical impact, and you can think of them more as speed limiters. For example, when riding in a bike lane, you might want to stay in gear 1 to ensure your speed is appropriate and you don't accidentally run somebody over. Clicking the M button allows for switching views. Display views will always rotate in the following order. Time. This is the amount of hours and minutes your scooter has been active during a single trip. This will reset every time the scooter is turned off. 2 is trip. This is the amount of miles or kilometers traveled during a single trip. Now, this will also reset every time the scooter is turned off. 3rd is the odometer. The odometer counts the total distance traveled throughout the lifespan of the scooter. In other words, it counts the total distance combined of all your trips. This does not reset when you turn your scooter off. 4 is the voltage. This represents the approximate voltage level of the battery at any point in time. You can use this value to estimate how much charge you have left. Please note the maximum and minimum ranges for both models. For the 52-volt variant, when the battery is at 0% charge, it should read 42 volts. When fully charged, it should read 58.8 volts. For the 60-volt version, when it's at 0, will be 48 volts, and when fully charged, 67.2. Number 5 is the remaining mileage. This is the approximate distance a scooter can travel based on the amount of charge remaining. Please note this is an approximation that can depend on a variety of factors, including riding speed, terrain, incline, load, and temperature. It is designed to give riders a rough idea of how much mileage is remaining and is not intended to be a precise measurement. The Phantom features front and rear lights, which you can turn on and off by pressing the light button. It also features turn signals, and to engage either the left or right turn signal, simply press the respective button. The single dual button does exactly what you might expect, switching the scooter from single to dual motor mode. Now, it's critical you never switch from dual to single motor mode while riding, as that will create a braking force and could potentially throw you off the scooter. So we're now going to answer some of the most commonly asked questions we get from new scooter owners. If you have any other questions though, feel free to reach out to us directly on social media or to our customer support team. Our scooters are not strictly waterproof, but rated IP54 for some light water and dust resistance. This means you can ride in some light rainfall or in damp conditions, but try to avoid riding in heavy rainfall. Not that it'd be very much fun to ride in those conditions anyway. The Phantom features a few potential locking spots, but we recommend locking it through the diamond-shaped space at the base of the stem, which was designed for that exact reason. Yes, all 4 springs are adjustable, much the same way as on the Apollo Pro, which you can adjust with a spanner tool. The Phantom can comfortably hold up to 300 pounds, although we don't necessarily recommend giving anyone a piggyback. That's it, guys. You're all set up in your awesome new Apollo Phantom. Be sure to like and subscribe for more scooter-related content. Ride safe and have fun.